hope everyone is well. I am Kay of Kay Renee's Garden. How's everyone doing this morning? Okay, I was trying to get myself all set up here. Uh, it looks like the horizontal worked. I know people were having issues with it, so you have to click on the horizontal view prior to pressing go live. Hey, Unbiased, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. What is going on, young lady? I know you are working hard. I was so happy you got up there and helped root it last night. That was so nice of you. Hey, Neo, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yep, that was so nice of you. I'm not really tech savvy. Hey, Laura, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. But I was saying when I first came on, you have to make sure that you hit horizontal, click horizontal prior to clicking go live because a lot of people were having issues with that. So you can get a full view. So that's good to know because I was worried that it was going to give me that whole lock screen thing, but it didn't. It worked. Um, I hope everyone is doing good this morning. Let me turn this down. So anyway, I was going to do a demonstration. I was going to do it last week, but the weather didn't permit. It was sprinkling last week, and I didn't know if it was just going to pour down raining. Hey, Black Wolf, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So I had some aloe plants out there, and I was going to separate them. They have some babes in the containers, and I was going to separate them. And I have quite a bit of aloe out there. So we're gonna go out to the garden, um, and I attained those aloe plants from my daughter. Actually, my daughter, one of her coworkers, purchased, well, didn't purchase, but she had some aloe plants, and I think my daughter had an injury or something, and she was giving her all the benefits of aloe, so she gave her a cutting, and my daughter brought it home probably like 6 years ago and she never did plant it. It just sat outside. It was like wrapped in paper towels, and the root of it was in a paper plastic bag or something. And it sat there for about 4 days. And I was like, "So, are you going to plant this?" I think that meant that I was going to plant it. So that's how I attained all the aloe that I do have, and I have quite a bit because for those that don't know aloe will spread on you and it'll have like little babes wherever you plant it. So the first container had a bunch of babes in it, so I separated them and planted them out. I think I have like, I don't know how many plants. Yeah, I'm going to plant it. This was 6 years ago, unbiased, and that's how I have all the plants that I have. But yes, I'm going to separate some of the babes from the containers that I do have. I think I'm just going to do two because I'm like, I have so much aloe out there, and I'm like, I have no. If I had somebody to actually give them to, hey King, how are you? I know there are people that I miss. Let's see, mother and daughter duo. Hello, how are you? I have you on my iPad too because for some reason, when I do have the screen horizontal, um, I can't really see the chat. So I have my iPad too. And the crazy thing is, last week it was nice and cool. I'm thinking, oh, good, we are smack dab in fall. It's going to be all good. No, it's hot. So today is going to be one of those high 90s days. So I'm going to get my tail out here right now because I do not think I'm going to take my iPad too. I don't want to be out here when it's super, super hot. Hold on, let me get my water too. I didn't get that. Let me grab my water. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Can you guys hear me okay? So yeah, I'm gonna come out here and plant it. I was gonna try to get more in the shade, but I'm like, is there any shade out here? Because it's already getting warm. So I think I'm gonna move this table and put it more in the shade. Put my iPad in here. I think I spoke to you, King Morgan. If I didn't, hello, good morning. Thank you for being here. I do have my table already set up. I'm going to flip you around. I have my table set up here, but as you can see, the sun is already out and it's beaming. So I think I'm going to move this table. It's pretty light, you guys. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this table in the shade over here because me and the heat don't do well. So move this bag of soil and move this table over here. Kind of turn it so I'm not so much in the sun. I'll kind of have my back to the shade, so that'll be good. Anyway, I do have my table set up here. However, I am going to go over and show you how to separate the babes. I do have them partially separated because I didn't want to be struggling with it and have a clumsy accident because you guys know I'm clumsy. So I have some in this container. First, I'm going to show you all the aloe that I have. Uh-oh, sorry guys. So I have these two big aloe plants here, and depending on where you plant them and how big, if you plant them in the ground, you know you're going to have a big monstrous plant. If you plant them in a container, depending on the size of the container, it's going to be super huge. You know, it's going to spread out as much space as you allow. So that's what I meant to say. So I have those two. And then I have this big one here. This is actually where it started from, this plant here. And as you can see, there are babes in here too. So there's 1, 2, 3 babes in there as well. So they do spread out and they will have babes. So I'm going to pull from these because that other container over there, I feel like it's a bunch of spiders in there. And me and spiders are not friends. So I'm going to pull from this. But this one over here, as you can see, there's 2 little babes in there too, right on the side. I'm going to leave those and let those get bigger. But these here, the way you would take them out, these are already partially done. But the way you would take them out is you would get your little hand shovel here and you scoop underneath the bottom of the roots and then you pull it out. But as I stated, I had already partially removed them. So as you can see, these are the roots of this little babe here. And this is another babe here. I'll show you a better view when I get to the table. So these are the babes. So I have 2 of them that I'm going to plant. And I will raise you back up. Aloe plants are really resilient, so don't be afraid that you're going to hurt them or anything. They're very resilient. Well, you probably killed your aloe plant maybe because you're watering it too much. Aloe, you know, any cactus plant, they don't require a lot of maintenance. I think I water mine maybe once a month, and it doesn't matter how hot it is. I just do it once a month because they don't require all that water. So I do have my pots with some soil. I have it partially filled, not all the way. And I am using the palm, citrus, and cactus soil. So that's what I'm using, indoor and outdoor mix. So that's what I'm going to be using. Yeah, if you water it too much, it will die. You don't need all that. Um, I see somebody's being rude for some reason. I don't understand. I don't understand. Hi, Lashes. How are you? Let's be kind. Let's be respectful to everyone. It's unnecessary to be rude. It takes less energy to be kind. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these planted. Yeah. Um, don't do a lot of watering of these. So, anyway, I will be planting these. You see the roots here. And when you're scooping them out, make sure to kind of hold it from the base when you're separating them, not from your leaves because you'll break them. So I'm just going to put this down in the soil here, and then I will backfill. You don't want to fill your container all the way up because then it's kind of hard to get it in there. And I don't want to damage it. Another thing you want to do is moisten your soil a little bit prior to planting. I forgot to do that part, but we're going to water it anyway. Nah, you can leave them there. They can be rude. It's fine. Just ignore. Just ignore. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other one planted here. I'm going to add some more soil since I did take from that one. I hope everyone is having a good morning. So these are the roots on this babe here. And those roots are looking good. You see this leaf was no good anyway, so I'm going to trim this one off. Once I get it in there, I'm going to trim it a bit. I'm going to go ahead and pop this one in the soil. And this is just for basically beginner gardeners. We're not talking about seasoned gardeners, you know. We all know, you guys know what to do, but for those that don't know how to separate them, just wanted to show how to separate them. Hey, Broke, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, sir. I hope you are having a great day. So just planting up some aloe over here. I had some plants that had some babes, some aloe babes, and usually when it gets too many in the container, I like to try and separate them. And as you guys all know, aloe has a lot of great benefits. I did a short yesterday that gave some of the benefits, but I'll just tell you some of the things that I use it for. I use it for cuts, burns. You can use it on your skin. If you use it on your face, make sure that you do not do that every day. That's not an everyday thing because it will dry your skin out. So I usually, if I use aloe for my face, I'll use it like maybe twice a week. Now on my hair, I will make a conditioner out of it. All you do is take your leaves. Let me go grab one that I already cut off. So this one is a small one. Let's see. This one is a small leaf. So this one is a small leaf. So you're just going to cut the skin on one side and you can get a spoon and you can actually scoop the gel out. This is a small leaf though. And then I use a hand mixer like the little Cuisinart hand blender. And I just blend it, and you can use a cheesecloth or a strainer or whatever to get all the aloe pieces out of it before you use it on your hair or your skin or whatever. But like I said, if you use it on your face, it's not an everyday thing. You should only do that maybe a couple of times a week. On your hair, doesn't even matter. Hey, April, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Now, on my, when I do use it on my hair, it will give your hair a shine that you would not believe. And it's also really healthy for your hair. So, and I do drink it. I put it in my smoothies. If you put it in your smoothies, folks, do not prep it for the day before. If you prep it for the day before, it's going to be super thick the next day. So if you do use it as a smoothie, make sure you drink it right then, because the next day you may not want it. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, it was way too thick and I did not want to drink it. So, hey, Fresh and Fire, thank you for being here. I was just planting up some aloe babes. Um, you said you used it back home. Yeah, you use it. Yeah, you can definitely use it for cuts, burns, your hair, smoothies. I'm gonna flip you around for those that are just coming in. Ooh, that sun is beaming. And I'll show you the ones that have babes in them. And this is what I was doing, just separating them. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So I was just separating the babes. This one has 3 in there. I'm not going to separate those yet because I have no one to give them to. I was trying to give them to my neighbors, um, but you know how that goes. Some of them didn't want those aloe plants because they know how big they are. And a lot of people think they're a lot of maintenance, but they're not. There's actually 2 babes in this one as well. So I have quite a bit of aloe. And I think I did a short a while ago. You can freeze the aloe as well. Um, so if you have an overabundance of aloe that you cut off your plants, because sometimes I'll take my plants and prune them up, and um, and then I have these too. So these are in containers, and you see they're uh, they're not big, but they're not small either, and they're in small containers. I think these are only like 10-inch containers, and so I believe I think during the summer or something, some of the leaves started turning like red or like a reddish tint. I just took some sugar water, and I said sugar, and poured it in there, and they turned back green. So that's a little tip for, gardeners for certain things. As you know, sugar gives us a boost, and guess what? It'll do the same for your plants. So that's all I was doing, just planting up these little aloe babes here. I'm going to go ahead and get these watered. I'm going to set them on the ground. This one is actually a self-watering container, so it has a little basin at the bottom. Yep, it does well in the heat or shade. I do have mine over in the shade, but they do fine in the heat as well. I said hallow. Aloe loves heat, so you're okay with that. Don't worry about that. So they do fine either way. Just don't overwater them. Like I said, I water mine like once a month. So I'm going to set, this one is not a self-watering container, so I'm going to definitely set this one down on the ground. And then I'm going to get my water container and get those watered in, get those roots nice and moist. I don't do anything special with the aloe. Aloe pretty much takes care of itself. I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, aloe pretty much takes care of itself. It doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance, and that's what I love about it. And it has so many great benefits, so that's even better. So if you guys want to watch the short, that I put up yesterday, it'll give you some of the great benefits. It's definitely, a lot of people didn't know that it was good for digestion, but it's definitely good for digestion. So you just as I was showing you how to cut it open and get your aloe out of it. Hey, DJ Is, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Just as I was showing you how to cut it open and get your aloe out of it, you're just gonna cut one side of your leaf open, cut one side off, and then you just use a spoon to scoop it out. So, and you can use it for your smoothies. If I use it in my smoothies, then of course I don't blend it individually. It just gets dropped in, and then I blend it up in my smoothie. So, but make sure if you use it in your smoothie and you're using it for digestion, yeah, make sure you do that super early in the morning before you leave home. Okay. So I do have a bunch of harvesting to do as well. I just wanted to share with those that were wondering and asking questions. I know like at the end of the live, people were asking questions about the aloe, but I was actually getting ready to end the live. And so if you have any questions, um, I'm definitely able to answer them for you. So this one is just basically the aloe. Um, I do have some more babes, but like I said, I'm not going to separate those right now because I have nobody to give them to. So I don't just want to pot them up and I don't have anyone to give them to. Hey, Nikki, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So I'm going to show you guys around and share with you some of the other things that are going on in the garden. I did go ahead and plant, thank you, Fresh and Fire. Yeah, and don't overwater it, Fresh and Fire. They don't require hardly any maintenance, I'm telling you. They pretty much take care of themselves. I water those jokers once a month and that's it. I don't do anything more. Um, I don't even do a whole lot of fertilization or any of that. They just pretty much take care of themselves. If I see that one is turning red, I will add a little sugar water or something like that just to give it a boost. But other than that, they're good. So my eggplant over here, as you can see, I'm actually getting one that something didn't eat. And there's another one on this side here. And there are others that are coming in. Hopefully they don't get eaten. I did add some strawberries, I think last week or the week before last. And so here's some strawberries. I need to pull that one off. But these are already starting to produce. I think these are the chandelier strawberries. That's the variety. Um, Down here, the crazy thing is I put some, oh, okay, they're coming up. Because yesterday I looked and they weren't, and they hadn't sprouted. And I was like, what is going on? Let's see. Do you water more in the beginning? Uh-oh, wait. Do you water more in the beginning? If I buy a start, do I just pot it and water it like normal? Yeah, you're just gonna, if you put it in a container on bias, you're just gonna soak it through just like you would any other plant. And then after that, just water it like once, you know. You can gauge the soil and see, let it get established in its container or wherever you decide to plant it first. And then after that, yeah, like these, I'll probably, since I'm just now planting these, I probably will water them again, maybe in a few days if the soil dries out. But once it gets established in its environment, in its container or in the ground or whatever, it'll be fine. Okay, I planted some bush beans. It was like 3 rows on here that had nothing in them. Okay, now they're starting to sprout because I was like, oh, I planted some bad seeds, but okay, they're coming up now. As you can see, the beans are coming up. I was getting concerned, y'all. I said, dang, I got to drop some more seeds. These are the dragon tongue bush beans that I planted last week. So they're doing good. And these are the other ones over here. I think this plant is just about done. I do have like 3 peppers on here. 3 giant Marconis. Let's see. Yeah, they're not red yet though. And then there's one here. But well, I see flowers back there, but these leaves look terrible. So we'll see. I love the green stalk, Miss Nikki. As a matter of fact, I think they have them on sale right now. If you go on their website, and I think the code is, shoot, is it Grow 10? I think it's Grow 10. Um, and you'll get 10% off. And I think it's $99 now. Before it was $129. So these peppers are coming back in. These are the bells. They're doing good. The jalapenos are still producing. And this joker here just will not quit. This is the banana peppers. I'll look again, Nikki. If I see that the code is something else, I'll message you or something and give you the correct code. But I think it's Grow 10. So it's still a bunch of peppers on there. This is still, the jury is still out on these cuttings. I do see like some hair-like fibers on here, so I'm giving it a chance. It's not hollow or anything, so I'm thinking it hasn't like died out completely. I did have a couple of them that did die, so we'll see. I have 9 collard tree cuttings. So if they do well, then I will be shipping them out. Hey, my cart runneth over. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I did have a plethora of shorts that went out during the week. I was not able to do a bunch of videos. You have a birthday coming up. Oh my goodness. Well, look, Nikki, if a collard tree gets some good roots on it, I will ship it to you. I will definitely ship it to you. So you're October 22nd. My sister is a September uh, Libra. Is that still Libra, Nikki? Or is that Scorpio? Is that going into Scorpio? Let me know. Hey, David, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I need to go get my basket. I have a bunch of stuff that I need to harvest this morning. Let's see. I have you guys on live, so oh, it's still Libra. Okay, okay. Well, I know you a Scorpio, David. Oh, you're right on the cusp. Hey, Samira, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and start harvesting some stuff. Um, my lemon verbena that I repotted in this 7-gallon grow bag, it's doing good. Thank you, Samira. I appreciate you. Let's see. I did find me another melon in this container. I was so excited. I'm so hoping that they do really good. So I found another melon down in there. You guys see the melon? I don't know if you guys see it or not, but it's down in there. That one is pretty heavy too. So we'll see how it goes. And this joker here, this one will not quit either. Do you guys see all the peppers on here? I have gotten so many peppers from this sweet and spicy one plant. I'm like, goodness, I don't think I'll have to buy peppers from anywhere for like the next year or so. That's how many I have in my freezer. All different varieties of peppers. But this plant has really been plentiful. I will definitely plant this again. And it still has a lot of small ones on there and flowers on it. It's crazy. I will definitely plant this again. I'm going to put the card up there so you guys can see which one it is. I think this one is the Santa Fe Grande. It is. Santa Fe Grande. This is a start that I purchased. And it's sweet and spicy, but very plentiful. And I'm guessing the fact that it has a lot of space, because there's really nothing in this raised bed here. I have a couple of onions in there, um, and I have my lettuce leaf basil over here. Hopefully I can reach this one without breaking the stem. But yeah, I can't reach that one. I don't want to fall over the gate. Oh, we're going to leave that one. Have my kid get it later. But, and that's just a few. It's still a bunch of them on there that I can't quite reach. Okay, there's some over on this side. And this sun gold tomato has spread out over here, and it is a monster. Let's see. It's a ton of tomatoes in there too. These are the yard longs. Aw, look at, got some yard longs on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those. I love making stir fries with these. So I know David was asking me about how long I let them get. Let's see. Sometimes I let them get a full foot, but this is how I like them, about this long. Sometimes I don't catch them, so, but there's some on here. There's some aphids on here too. I'm gonna spray that. That's the only thing I don't like about that plant. Those darn aphids. They love that plant. Yeah, I love those, Nikki. Um, okay, let's get to these cherry tomatoes. These are the Sun Gold. These are my favorite cherry tomato. They're super sweet and they are plentiful as well. These are some really busy plants and they do spread out quite a bit, so you definitely want to make sure you have space for those. Um, I mean, it's literally leaning on this gate, so I'm still gonna open it anyway. I'll just push it back in there. I'm like, my goodness, I didn't realize how big this thing got. The first one I had, I put it in a container, so it's fine. But this is in a raised bed, so it's really spread out quite a bit. And I just harvested from this one last week. There's so many tomatoes in here. So are you guys doing anything this weekend? Is anybody in the garden? Anyone have any weekend plans? Let's see. Grab some more of these tomatoes. If anyone has any gardening questions, you said you're always in the garden. Yeah, I know you are. I see you out there dealing with your chickens and stuff. I saw your video on the mini Saker. I like that little contraption. Um, it's definitely something super handy that everyone could use in their garden. That's for darn sure. Yep, I really like it. I haven't tried it yet. I don't have one. Uh, but I was thinking about getting one. Definitely thinking about getting one. You see these plants right here? These are planted, these bell peppers are in some cinder blocks. And look how good they're doing. So you can plant in anything. For those that are new gardeners and you're like, I don't have a lot of space. You don't have to have a lot of space, I'm telling you. Because all my stuff is pretty much contained. Although I do have the backyard where I could plant more things, I don't because of my dogs. And so I want them to be able to have room to run around. And also I would have to like gate everything off from them, so I don't want to cut their space down either. So um, I try to be fair, let the doggies have their space, and then I want my chickies to have their space as well. So hey Annie, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate you for stopping in. I really appreciate it, and thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have two dogs. I have a Cocker Spaniel. She's old though. My son got her when he graduated from the sixth grade, and he's 23 now. And then I have a Dalmatian that is about 2 years old. So she's big though. And then my chickies. Yep, gotta love the pets. That's for certain. That is for certain. Some of these tomatoes I can't even get to, you guys. That's how big this thing has spread out so much. I'll have to open both these gates. And we're not gonna do that right now. I'll come back to it later on. I did get quite a few of them out. So, hey, was that Miss Sassy I saw? I think I saw Miss Sassy. Hi, Miss Sassy. How are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Um, this mystery plant, I still don't know what tomato plant this is. It kind of looked like a pear tomato or something, the way it's shaped. This was the one that I found in my front yard, and I just brought it to the back because I didn't want tomatoes growing up front. But not quite sure what tomato it is, and as you can see, it's leaning. Look how much this thing has spread out. I do have another stake right here, so I'm gonna stake it a little more. Let me go get some more straps. This thing is leaning like crazy. You got a serious lean going on. I'm gonna go get some wraps so I can strap that on up. So I'm just gonna use these Velcro ties. I love these. Um, they're reusable and they work so well. I think I'm gonna use a couple of them. This plant is just doing too much. You know what? I'm gonna keep my tomato plants until they die. Like they're still doing really good. So um, I have so many tomatoes. I have so many in my freezer, and on these plants. But I do not. After eating a tomato that you've grown, you do not want to eat a tomato in the store. Like I can't. And even if I go to a restaurant, I can't eat their tomatoes. So usually I will keep my plants until they die. Okay. It's not leaning now, you guys. Whew. But yeah, I love my homegrown tomatoes. So, and you know how long I can. Look, Nikki, you see there's one in here in the garden since last August, Nikki. It's still here. That same sun gold tomato right there is still here. This is from last August. Hey, Sunshine, how are you, Queen? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. So I'm gonna go in here and grab some of these sun gold tomatoes also. I did plant some more stevia. Did I need stevia? No, but I planted it anyway. Right? Growing your own definitely spoils you because I won't eat a tomato out anywhere. I think we went somewhere that got like a veggie burger, and I was like, hold that tomato because I can't eat it. It doesn't taste the same. Hey, Robert, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Um, yep, grabbing these. And this plant, you know, sometimes it'll die off a little bit, and then I prune it up, and then it's all good. It'll start shooting new foliage and all that. So yeah, it's literally been here for over a year. But you know, I'm in Zone 10B. I'm in Southern California, and so a lot of the times things will go a lot longer than other places. So that's why I tend to keep things a little bit longer. Otherwise, I probably would go ahead and get rid of it, but it's not necessary. Um, I think, for the most part, the weather is starting to change, but like right now, let's see. You said you could use space. I'm telling you, I could use space too. You see what I just did right here? I went and got me some more stevia starts. I don't know why, because I didn't need any. And you see how I have that container kind of sideways? There is literally no space in here. You know what got me? I have this citronella plant in here, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this is going to help me when I come out in this garden in the evening or whatever. I went in the house the other night. I had 3 bites on my face. I said Citra and Nella ain't doing nothing out here in this garden. It's just taking up space and it smells nice. 'Cause it sure didn't do anything. I got 8 up out here. So, um, I'll show you those mustard plants too. Trying to get all my stuff done. It's already starting to get warm out here, you guys. I keep my plants over here covered to keep those moths off of them. But this is my purple mustards, and as you can see, something still got to it. I don't see anything on it though, but they're looking good. My Swiss chard that I started, I can't remember how long ago I started these. Was it like a month ago? So this is how they're looking now. They're looking pretty good. They are getting going. I do have some cayennes over here that I could pull off. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those. I like to make my own red pepper chili flakes. So with those, you can just take them and lay them on the counter and let them dry out, and then put them in a grinder and grind them up. You can use a coffee grinder or whatever. I have a little grinder. It's not actually a coffee grinder, it's a spice grinder, the one that I have. And this is my little baby okra plant. It's still doing its thing. That other okra plant is doing really good over here. It's getting nice and big. I can actually go ahead and harvest this corn. I think what I'm going to do is harvest this corn. And I was thinking, once I pull that watermelon out of that container also, I think I'm just going to put a really small raised bed, one of those circular ones over here, and that'll be the one I use for like my potatoes. But this plant here, oh my gosh, look at this flower. Isn't this beautiful? You see that? That is super pretty. But I do have a piece of corn back here. Hey, Tamika, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one off. The silks look dried up on that one. And look at this zinnia. Oh my goodness. Her pretty. So if somebody can tell me what this mystery tomato is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the shape of it looks like a pear tomato. You guys know what that tomato is? I have no clue, you guys. No clue. Have some more gypsy peppers coming in over here. Robert, are you over here being messy? I see a message was retracted. What are we doing over here, Robert? What you saying? I'm just kidding. But I hope everybody is doing good. I'm just out here trying to do some harvesting now. I planted some aloe babes for those who are coming in a little bit later. Just separated some aloe babes that I had. Um, I need to harvest some more of these collards because these things are filling in so nicely. So I think I'm going to harvest some more of those too. You know what? Let me get my piece of corn before I forget. Oh, the tomato? Okay. Let's see. It kind of looks like a pear tomato or something. I don't even remember planting a pear tomato, but I had so many tomatoes going that I have no clue. So it looks kind of the way it's shaped. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But were you able to see it, Fresh and Fire? Yep, it was in my front yard. Probably came from my compost bin. So heck, if it came from my compost bin, it may have been something that got caught up in there. I have no idea. Um, I don't know what that is. But nonetheless, I'm gonna eat it, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and take this corn off of this plant. And I learned the hard way to cut things off because the last time I just kind of pulled my corn off and broke the whole stem. Yeah, it looks like a pear tomato, huh? That's what I was thinking. So let's see what we got here. Got me a piece of corn, you guys. I'm always happy when I can harvest some corn. Uh-oh, I think it was a little bit not so ready, but that's okay. It's still a lot of it that is ready. So we're gonna go ahead and eat that. So that is going in the basket. And I think I have some more corn over here that is coming off. Get me another piece. This is that honey and pearl. That is the best. Moving my basket out of the sun. Had to go move my basket out of the sun. I said it's relaxing. Man, all I hear is the birds right now. I don't hear any dogs barking. Look, I don't want to speak too soon because one of my neighbors, every time he leaves home, you can hear the dog just yelling. And I mean, this is like on another block, and I can hear the dog every morning. I said he let everybody know when his owner leaves because he just cries and cries and cries. All right. Um, Something might have ate this one. It kind of looked like, or feels like it's been eaten. Hopefully it's not a worm in there, because this one's nice and plump. And now, let me see if it's a worm in there. Nope. Oh, yeah, there was something in there, because it looks partially eaten. But the part that's not eaten, your girl is going to eat it. So I'm going to be eating that. I'm going to take this husk off, and I'm just going to put it under my citrus tree over there. Oh yeah, was a worm in here. If you can see, I don't know if you guys could see that. There was a worm in there eating up my corn. They just will not let you be great. You can't have nothing. But yeah, I enjoy listening to the birds in the morning. And it's a nice sunny day. I'm gonna grab a couple of these candy cane peppers too, since they are red. You see all these butterfly moths are out. I get so irritated with those jokers. Hey Juba, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Can't have nothing, right? You see all these butterfly moths flying around? You already know what they out here doing. Laying their eggs and all your stuff. I think that's it. I need to get some of this kale out of here too. I'm gonna grab me another basket. Maybe I can cook some kale. Hey GT, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'll be right back. Let me get another basket. Yep, it is nice and quiet right now. Thank God. Usually when I come out here, um, yeah, I always have a bunch growing GT, and sometimes not on purpose. Sometimes not on purpose. I just end up overplanting things because I see something I like. Either I drop some seeds or I go to a nursery and I see something I like, and you know how that goes. I'm gonna get some of this kale too. I think I'm gonna cook this today. I love kale. Either I saute it in garlic and onions, um, or you can make a salad with it, but because uh, kale is kind of an acquired taste for some, I love it. As you guys know, I don't eat meat, so I take it and you can massage it with olive oil prior to, making your salad out of it. It'll make it a little bit more tender. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some, but I think I'm gonna saute this because um, it'll be easier for my husband to eat. I'm gonna grab that, and then I have some kale on this kale tree here too that I'm gonna grab. Yeah, cooking kale is, yep, and you can make kale chips. I love making kale chips. All I do when I make kale chips, I'll do the same. I'll massage them with olive oil, and then you put your little salt or whatever you want to put on them, and you just put them in the air fryer and let them get nice and crispy, and they are all good and they are nutritious. So I love doing that also. That's always a nice treat. I'm gonna take these off because part of the leaf is dead. So I'm gonna put that in my homemade fertilizer because I definitely won't be eating that part. And then I have the kale right here also. I love having all my little leafy greens out here. Um, Sometimes I don't have lettuce, and if I don't have lettuce, then I can use kale. But to be honest with you, I'll use any leafy green in a salad for myself. I even use the collards. I just use the young tender leaves. If you use the smaller leaves, they're more tender. And I use those in my salad too. I'll just chop them up really small. Let's see. I think I'm gonna grab some more of these big leaves so I can get some more coming on. Oh, I think I have a cucumber down here. I still have cucumber, you guys. Believe it or not. This is the last cucumber plant. As you can see, there's one coming here. But I had a nice big one down here somewhere. Oh, okay. I got it. This is the last cucumber plant. I think this is a Persian cucumber. So some things I'll just let it continue until it completely dies off. I'm also going to get some of my, I was going to say I have to go check and see if my son left because I hear street sweeping, but I think he left already. So I have that. I think I'm going to get some of this lemongrass also. You see how tall that's getting? Uh-oh. Dropping all my stuff out over here. Set it over here. Let me grab some of this lemongrass because it's going crazy. So what I do with the lemongrass is, a lot of people put them in dehydrators. To me, you don't have to do that. I just let it lay out on the counter and it dries out just the same. And then use it for teas. You just grind it up, or you don't even have to grind it up. You can just cut it up in small pieces. I also feed this to my chickens as well because they get a lot of good nutrients from this. So there's my lemongrass. God, that smells good. Cut some more of this so it can stop whacking me in the face when I pass by. And this one over here also, it's a bunch of lemongrass. Just cutting it down some, giving it a little trim. These lemongrass, I don't think I started these from seed. I had some that I started from seed that I um, put around the chicken run around the back. But because I had to drop that tarp back there, those died off. Um, and these are starts as well. I think I have some seeds in the house. I have not been able to find them because those are one of the seeds that I was actually looking for. But I do have lemongrass right here, so when I let them out, they either go to the collards or they come over here and eat the lemongrass, which is really good for them. I hope I'm not missing anyone that came into the chat. If so, I apologize and hello to you. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Just have to go get my iPad and see, because when I have the phone horizontal, I can't really see the chat for some reason. I can only see when someone is commenting, and that's it. But it doesn't show me like the chat running. So let's see what we got here. Hey, Shani. So there's Miss Shani. I appreciate you being here. I think I spoke to everybody. It was just Miss Shani. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. If everyone can hit the like button, that would be great. Oh, was it a challenge? I started it from seed before, and like I said, those died. And they were a nice size. They just didn't make it because I had to drop that tarp in the back because of the neighbor's kids. So, um, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But so I did drop the tarp and killed my little plants back there. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to find some more seeds again. I couldn't find them in the orange store. I tried that. And I went to Lowe's, so it's probably going to be a Amazon thing. Maybe I'll have to order them from somewhere, Baker Creek or whatever, and get some seeds. Because I really would like to have a lemongrass throughout the garden too. I have a bunch of ginger out here that's going. Um, so I did do a short on that also. I love growing ginger. I think one of them is a turmeric though, because the leaves are different. So that one is turmeric. It took a while for that one to come up, but all the rest of them are ginger. I do have another. You're going to start small. Yeah, start small. And anything you have questions with, you can ask myself. And there's a lot of people in the garden community that would love to help you out as well. Hey, Rosalie, how are you? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here's some more ginger. I'm trying to grow ginger to the point I don't ever have to purchase it again. And thank God you can freeze it. So if you have an overabundance of ginger and turmeric, you can freeze it. I have a short on that as well for people who even purchase it in the grocery store. If you're purchasing ginger and turmeric, a lot of people would just let it go bad sitting on the counter or in the refrigerator. It's unnecessary because you can pop that right on in the freezer and it's going to keep really good and it lasts for months so you don't have to waste it. I hate wasting food, you guys. Hi, PIA. PIA is in the house. I see that someone spoke to you, I think. So, just trying to give a few tips before I get out of here. I only planned on being on here for like an hour, you guys. Um, I do have some melons out here. I still have my my sweet potato. Ginger, oh my gosh, it takes months for ginger. It's kind of like your onions or any other root vegetable. It might be 6 to 9 months before you get your ginger. But once you get it, you if you plant enough of it, you definitely won't have to purchase it from the store. You just once you harvest your ginger and turmeric, you drop some more in. And always look for the organic because they're going to sprout the quickest. When you get the other, it takes forever for it to come up. It takes about a month. I go to the what is it, H&M store? Is it H&M? Oh, no, I'm sorry, H Mart. I always say H&M. That's a clothing store. H Mart, which is a Korean store, and they always have the bag of organic ginger. And I always get a bag. So when I get ready to harvest this, I'm just going to drop some in. I can't even remember. I have to go back and watch my own video and see when I planted this because you guys know I don't put labels out. Why? I don't know. I just forget half the time. I come out here to garden and I'm excited and then I forget to label things. So I'm gonna, once I harvest that, I'm gonna make sure I have some more. Oh, and I don't know if you can see through there, but look, the radish is doing good. I put some radish in there. So that's doing good. I dropped some seeds, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Let's see. Let me get my iPad so I can look at the chat. Let's see. That's good, Shani. That's a good thing. Yep. How cold does it get in your area? During the winter, I might get down in like 38. I don't know what it's going to be this time because, with the climate change and everything, I'm not quite sure what our winter is going to look like this time because this weather has been different. Like normally we would get in the triple digits here in the summertime. We didn't really make it to the triple digits. We did get in the high 90s, but I don't think we made it to the triple digits this year. So, which is good. I'm definitely not complaining about that. Um, and then our winter was a little bit longer. Like we got rain well into spring, which is not the norm here in California. So um, I'm hoping that it doesn't get super, super cold. But normally, like for your banana plants, and I was trying to wait until it cooled all the way down because I do have some babes in here. Also, I need to separate those from this big monster over here on the side, and then I'm just gonna loosen up that soil, add some more soil, and just replant everything. But I planned on taking some of the, let's see, he said you do the same thing, still trying to figure out what things are. Yeah, look, I know what they are when they come up. When they come up, I'm like, okay, now I know what I planted here. So I think I was scrolling through the chat trying to see the chat, but see, I'm getting shiny. It's getting warm out here. So yeah, I'm gonna move some of those babes from that container, and then and repot everything. So, and then and the banana plant also. The banana plant does not like cold. So in the winter time, I get a shade cloth or cover, a tree cover is what I have, and I cover it. And I just unzip it. Like if we do get a day of sun, then I'll unzip it. But if it's super cold and rainy, I cover it up. And I learned that the hard way too because I think it was the year, I think it was last year, last winter or the winter before. I think it was the winter before. It got super cold, and I didn't know that it didn't like cold weather, and I didn't cover, and it died all the way down to the roots. And I was like, oh my God, my banana plant is dead. And so I was like, well, before I get rid of it, let me at least water it and fertilize it and see how it does. And end up coming back in the spring. So at least I know this time to cover it up. So that was a hard lesson, but I learned. Um, and I think that's about all I got, you guys. My grapefruits are ripening. I think I'm gonna pull one off right now because one of them was kind of soft. I'm gonna put my phone in the shade because I don't want it to overheat. But I'm gonna go over there and get one of those grapefruit. I got one back here. Let's see. Actually, there's a couple. I got a few of them, you guys. So I have a few of them. I'm just going to set them on the counter and let them ripen the rest of the way because they're kind of soft. So I don't want them to spoil on the darn vine, on the plant, on the tree rather. So as you can see, guys, a lot of my stuff is in containers. I do have them in raised beds. And for those that have not seen my setup, these are my the raised beds that I have that are waist high. So I have a bunch of those. I have some all the way in the back of the main garden as well. And then I have some of the raised beds that you see over there. And the rest are containers. So, what'd you say, David? Hide what? Said hurry up and cover it up. Hey Trish, how are you? Trish, PIA. I think I spoke to PIA, but just in case I didn't, you're special. I'm gonna say hi again. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It's been over an hour. I only planned on being on here for like an hour, and you know how that goes. You say you're gonna get off, and then you see something else that you need to do or should have done, and you want to share with everyone. I'm not listening to David. Leave PIA alone. She's special. But I will share for the ones that came in a little later. I was just potting up my little. Oh, I got it turned towards me, y'all. Mm. I was just planting up my little aloe babes here, and that was it. And I cut a couple of pieces off. Well, one of them actually fell off, but cut a couple of pieces off just to share with people how to cut them open and use them for your skin or your smoothies or whatever. Now, when I use one for my hair, I use one of the big leaves, and I just cut it open. I scoop all the gel out. I use a hand mixer, one of the little Cuisinart hand blenders, and I blend it up. And then you can use a cheesecloth, or you can use like a regular strainer just to get the bits and pieces out of it. And I put it on my hair for like maybe like 30 minutes with a plastic cap, and you will get a shine you would not believe. But I love my aloe. Love it, love it, love it. Um, oh, you want to see the aloe? Okay. Um, Hold on. So these are the aloe plants, and these are small though. These are babes that were in my larger plant containers. So with aloe, it spreads out quite a bit, and they start to have babes in them. So I removed the two babes from this plant. This one has a couple in it, as you can see, those little ones that are on the side. And all I do is separate them from that, and then I just repot them. So I have a ton of aloe, and here's some more. This plant here has three babes in it right here. There's one here, one over here, and one over on that side. So they do spread out, you guys. So if you're gonna plant aloe, just know that they will have babes. So you're definitely never gonna run out. They don't require a lot of maintenance. Um, I was telling Unbiased, I water mines like once a month. Now, when you first plant them, she was asking that question. When you first separate the babes and you repot them, do you have to water them or just let them go that full month without watering them? I don't do that. I will water them. I'll give it like a few days, let it dry out, because you want your roots and everything to get established in its new environment. So I'll probably water them again as soon as the soil dry out, maybe like 4 days or something. Yep, you gotta water them pups. So probably like in another 4 days, or it just depends. When the water dries up, then I'll go ahead and water it again. And then once it gets established, probably after the first month, then they're good. I'm not gonna bother them anymore. I'll water them probably like once a month. But yeah, the babes, you want to water them, otherwise you might kill them. But they like being dried out. So, I think that's all I got, you guys. But I appreciate you all being here. If you guys have any questions for me, I can go ahead and answer your questions, and then I'll go ahead and get off the live. Let me get my iPad so I can see if anyone has any questions or anything. Let's see. Nope, I don't see any questions. Well, anyway, you guys, I am gonna get in these streets. I gotta go run some errands as usual. You know how it goes on your day off. Can you purify? Can I purify David? I don't think anybody can purify David. We're gonna talk to Jesus about that. That's the only one that can purify David. We just gonna talk to Jesus about it. It's gonna be all right, you guys. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate everyone that came in, and I will see you all soon on the next live, you guys. Garden Talk with Kay. And I'm out. Bye, everyone.